I'm Bill Knight, born in a little town called Burke, 90 mile this side of the Queensland border. Read up on sheep station, cattle stations. Went to school in a little town called Louth, 60 mile this side of Burke. Left home and just travelled and worked with Mum's brother for 12 months over nearly 2 years, driving cattle through from the Queensland border to the abattoirs in Burke. Well, when I was in Queensland, I went to the Territory, worked, and I used to sit down and watch Aboriginal people, how they'd operate in the bush, killing the animals to eat. I used to sit down and get a charcoal and draw on anything flat, because I had no pencils. But when I went to town, I bought pencils and paper, and I used to do all of that. This is one I done. I seen that of wild horses feeding with their foals and the stallion on the top of the hill. He watched for other horses coming in, or anything coming in to disturb his mob. He comes down and chases his mob away. Yeah. I'm going to do a landscape, and it's going to be called Vegemite Valley, because I'm painting with Vegemite. If you had Vegemite that's half melted down, hot, you can get a lot of colours and shades in Vegemite painting. Oh, everything in my book. It's a story of my life. I was a tourist guide and a wildlife ranger at Mungo out here. Them days, yeah. And I had a stick there. So what's a walking stick for? That wasn't a walking stick. That's an old stick I picked up. I used to chase the snakes away from the tourists with that. A lot of the kids that come in here, they come in here. I never seen kids like them. They don't want to go home. They want to stay all afternoon, do their work. I think kids should read it and do something themselves like that.
Barkindji Dreamtime story. They met at Murtawinji on top of the cliff, and one went to the sky and one went to the earth. So he's the creator of everything in the sky and he's the creator of everything on the earth. So when he went out near White Cliffs and went down under and made the opal mines and opal fields, the story is that he went out there and done a goodna. My name's Sharon Kirby, Barkindji woman. Probably did start off doing it on my father's boomerangs. He used to make boomerangs and spears and shields and all the different weapons. Yeah, I used to go with him and we used to look for the wood. Like, you go out and look for a tree with a bend, the right bend in it, the shape of the boomerang. And then take it up and cut it up. And no sandpaper, used to do it with a broken glass. Take all the rough off with a piece of broken glass. Yeah. And then I used to started off just doing the artwork on the boomerangs. And yeah, kept going from there. These lines what I'm doing at the moment, these represent distance. And I use these in all the animals I paint to show the distance they travel around, different water holes and rivers and sand hills. A lot of kids don't think they can do art, and when they do something that you can tell that they're very proud of what they've done. And yeah, it's just something for kids, I reckon, to do, that they all can do.
Bardi Simon. I'm a Jabbaganji Bagaradale. I'm from Cranda, little place called Cranda. Grew up there all my life. Ran Cairns region, about 15 minutes drive up the range. When I was up there, I worked in tourism, dancing. Yeah, did a lot of spear throwing, boomerang throwing, all at the workplace. Oh, I work at Barkney Marara at the art centre here. It's a good place to work. Learned a lot here. Don't know nothing about the country, but since I've been here, I sort of know a fair bit now. Yeah, this is my first didgeridoo I ever made. I would like to make more if I get a chance to, have a bit more time. Well, I like doing a bit of hard work. All these ones here behind mine, some of the boomerangs. I would love to see my kids, once they get older enough to realise, take my footsteps. Or even if somebody else, kids got me, I will try and pass it on too.
My name is Arthur Kirby. I am a Barkindji man through my mother, Sheila Lawson, and I've lived on country most of my life. I suppose, interest in art started way back in the early days from my grandfather, and he was an artefact maker too. And I suppose, I don't know if it rubbed off on me, but, I went back and learnt what I needed to know about art and why we do it, and I see it's a continuation of our occupation. I think that this video, I suppose, if you'd like to call it, I hope will achieve what we wanted to achieve. Our expectations are for our young kids to make sure that they understand the stories behind what we're doing. And this, I think, will connect with a lot of younger kids. They're all interested in art, and I think this is the perfect place where we take on young kids for them to understand where we're coming from and where we're going to. And a lot of our kids are lost along the way, so we need to pick them up pretty early in life. And everything that's behind me on the shelves and stuff like that tells a story. And it's connected to our the dream time. So every artefact tells a story, whether it's for hunting, our food source, all that stuff is all connected in our continuation of our occupation. And I think because it's later days that our people, older people, are gone, our younger people now are going off the tracks, we need to take them back. And I think this is a perfect opportunity to do that. And I'd like to take this opportunity to speak, I suppose, for all our young kids and people that have been lost along the way, to come back and understand. And they need to go back before they can go forward. And our heritage is something that's Australian, and we need to preserve it for the future of our generations. And people that come to this country always speak about they'd like to understand where we're coming from and where we need to go to. And I think if our kids understand this, it gives them the opportunity to tell the stories. And as I said, our language, it's a spoken language in our traditional tongue, I suppose. So a lot of it relates to our stories, in our art, our art is our language. So when you look at a picture, it tells you a story, where we're coming from, the dietary stuff that we eat. So if you see a painting, there's different bushes and animals. These are all part of the continuation of our occupation. And people need to stop and take note and understand what we're all about. And I think art is the best way to do that. And this is why this has been set up for promotion and for people to have their art on display and the stories that go with it. And it's unique. So everybody that comes in here always comment on the different type of art and how we connect to our country. And I think that's one of the blessings of this place. And I feel very strongly about that.
Ya manoi ya kabalima tulai. Ya manoi ya kabalima tulai. Ya kabalima tulai tulai. Ya kabalima tulai tulai. Ya kabalima ya imanoi. Ya imanoi ya kabalima tulai. Ya imanoi ya kabalima tulai. Ya kabalima tulai tulai. Ya kabalima tulai tulai. Ya kabalima ya imanoi. Ya imanoi.
My name's Damien Kennedy. I'm a Barkindji man, and I've been working with the Barkindji Marara Elders Environmental Team for the last 7 years. BMEET has been set up years ago for young people to go out on country to learn about how to protect cultural sites and connect with the land. We had a training program at the start of the program, and we had 12 young men in the community went through this training program to get them all skilled up to be able to take on contracts out on country. And it's been a good road, long road. I was a supervisor when it first started off, and I worked with the elders for years, and they taught us a lot out and how to identify sites and how to protect sites. Also how to have respect for each other and culture. Whilst doing that, we've all come a long way and learned a lot of good things. And time's got by, and we've received some good funding from the government to keep our dream alive, so to speak. But we had good times and bad times. We've lost a lot of the old people along the way, but the dream's still alive, and our stories are we've still got to follow on from their teachings. I'm really proud to have this opportunity. Now I am the manager of this organisation. It gives me great pride to have that position, to have some more say on country, and to talk to different agencies and show them where we want to go. Unfortunately, we can't employ everyone. With our funding we get from the government, it's just a small amount of people that we can employ. But the people that are employed are skilled up and have got all the quals to take on these roles. But I've made artwork when I was a younger man, watching other people do different things, didgeridoos and clapsticks and boomerangs and bowls. I enjoy doing it. Me and my family, we go out and collect didgeridoos and do different stuff. I haven't done it for a while because I've been busy with business, but it's still there. And I've always said to people, there's money in the bush, you just got to have a creative mind. I've always thought about having an art centre in Coomiella for all the people that we can't employ, to give them an opportunity to make money. Because Aboriginal art is culture, and there's a way for people to go out on the land or sit in their house or come to this art centre and learn how to promote their art, make art, do art, whatever it's going to be. Art is unique to everyone. A lot of the young fellas that I used to take out on country showing them to get didgeridoos, they never ever thought of, I can't do this, I can't find them. I said, well, we're going to go and have a look today. So in doing that, I started talking to them about, have you got interest in this? And they said, oh, well, we don't know how to do it, rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, hang on. Neither did I, and neither does half the people, but here's your chance. So it was funny. I remember having the few of the blokes out with me, and we're walking through the Mallee country, and they started getting a bit panicky because, when you walk in the Mallee, it all looks the same, so you've got to be very careful. You've got to remember where you come from. So some of the young fellas are saying, do you know where the ute is? How far are we? I said, look, don't worry about that. So we went through, we started finding some good digis, and it was a good opportunity to show them how to make them and look for the signs. And you know, the signs are there, you just take notice and learn. But I did say to the boys, you know, stop worrying. And like, well, how are you going to find your way back? And I said, look down on the ground. We've got footprints, we walked in here, we track ourselves back out. And that's just a bush skill that you have, and it becomes evident to everyone once you're out there, because you know, no one wants to be lost in the bush over a didgeridoo, but you just take notice of where you are and look after yourself and others that are around you. But this art centre has come a long way. Years ago I tried to do it when I worked at another centre, at the Cumula Health Centre. And I went and asked one of my great aunties before she passed on, I needed a name. And she said to me, the Barkindji Wimpitja Murra Centre. And that means Aboriginal, because we're Aboriginal people, we're not Kooris or Murris, we're Wimpitjas. And that's why she said, like, Aboriginal people using their Murra, which is hand, to make artwork. And that was enough for me. Didn't need nothing else flash. And I take pride in that, and I respect and thank you, my auntie, for giving me that name. And I'll keep it, you know, it's here. And it's in remembrance for Auntie Sheila Kirby. She was a beautiful old lady, and she had passion, and you know, she wanted me to keep this dream alive for the young people. And this is where we are today. Now, one good thing about this place, I'm seeing a lot of local artists of different ages are coming in, doing workshops for the children, passing that knowledge on through art, culture and language and stories. It's all coming together. So what I've seen in the past is starting to happen in the future. And it's for our kids and our old people to feel pride. Like when these old fellas come in and pass on their skills and knowledge, it's something that we need to have. We've got to capture that, because like I say, we've lost a lot of them old people along the way, and it's sad to, you know, lose them. But this art centre is doing a lot for people, and it's going to do a lot more in the future because of its reputation, and you know, all the artwork that's around it's displayed. It's all different. You know, it's not only just for Aboriginal Barkindji people. We share what we want here, like people from different tribal groups can come in and showcase the artwork, because we are all Aboriginal people and we all have a different talent. We're all unique in a sense. And the best thing about it is we talk about closing the gap, you know, through white and black, but we're actually closing the gap through our tribal ways. And a lot of the people, I explain to them, you know, whilst you're on our country, our Barkindji country, pay respects to the traditional owners, but you're welcome to showcase your artwork and come in and share your skills and knowledge, because it's unique all across like, we always traded, Aboriginal people traded, and it's evident out in the country through the stories from the old people. We all traded, shared different things on the landscape, and this is part of that. We're all coming into a different world now and living together as one and making a better place for our children.